Hey everybody, it is time once again for another exciting episode of the Chelada Boys. And this week, we talk about the coldest continent on the planet, Antarctica. Enjoy. This your boy Dylan. I didn't fix the camera yet for my boy Posh. And ladies and gentlemen, there he is.
It's your boy Posh.
Ladies and gentlemen, Posh, Dylan,
Yep.
and kerosene heater.
Except for it's cold, but it's not that
It's
cold.
not bad. It's cold outside. It's not really cold inside right now.
Yeah, it's not too bad. It's
Usually-
nice in here. I wore a long sleeve.
But usually the man cave's a little colder
A little bit nipply in here.
than the rest of the building.
It's because it's all concrete.
It's concrete, isn't it?
The good stuff.
Have you seen those TikToks about so like it'll start off and like it'll be somebody questioning the way that people do something in Britain. Like, have you seen that Britain's called
At
least we have aware about
Yeah.
getting short during mathematics.
Yeah, everybody likes to pull that school shooting shit on us. That's like the American thing now, is school shooting.
Yeah, why is it just the American thing?
Because we have guns and they don't.
I mean, I guess.
But
But that's
honestly,
a whole. That's a whole.
It's
nother
a whole.
fucking
Yeah,
episode.
that's a different topic altogether. Bullying is harder than it's ever been, even though the
I don't know if
campaign
that's
for
true.
bullying.
I don't know if
Dude,
that's true.
cyberbullying.
Cyberbullying, maybe, but I don't know if that's true. Face-to-face bullying.
No, well, no, it's not like when
harder.
you and me were growing
Well,
up.
I don't know. That's kind of hard to gauge because, like,
And we're
face-to-face
not.
bullying, you're only getting the perception from the people that are perceiving it as it's happening.
While it's happening.
But if you're on cyberbullying, and
You,
everybody can see you get fucking
The person
roasted
that's
against your
bullying
will.
you and all the people that are laughing are the only people that get to experience it. But now, with the internet, there's a whole new level. The whole world gets to experience it. And I will tell you, there are some funny trolls out there.
Oh yes. Let me tell you this. Oh shit.
some
bro,
people
I
out
gotta
there-
fucking take this shirt off.
You got pain in your left arm?
No.
Okay.
Thank you though.
Yeah, I was worried.
I've got to take the shirt off.
What?
It's got my.
I'll watch.
It's got my.
What's it got on it? Uh-oh. Are we free advertising right now?
No, it's.
All 11 of you do
Do you
this
see
company.
what it says?
No. What's it say? Hands-on safety.
No, above that or under that.
Honeywell.
Oh well, fuck, it's out there now. That's where I work. That's where I fucking work, bro.
Don't look him up.
Dun, I didn't work here, man. But
Yeah,
this
yeah.
is a shirt that they gave us because of our safety. So if you're listening and you work at the place that I work at, thank you. They provide us a shirt for our excellence and safety.
How many days safe are you guys now?
Oh no. We got the shirt and then motherfuckers started getting hurt.
You don't have it.
So-
Oh, really? Damn.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Well, not like serious stuff, but like finger lacerations and shit like that. Like
That's pretty serious.
yeah, but they're not.
Can't
that
finger
serious.
blast your girl for a week.
We did have a guy cut his fingertip off once upon a time. This was years ago.
Like no more
doesn't-
fingerprints?
He doesn't even work there anymore. It's just one finger.
Oh, so he's still got
Yeah.
the other
So I
four.
was like, listen here, mother.
Oh, he like lost like part of the appendage. Like it's gone.
It's actually, I think, at the top of it.
So he literally lost like the first knuckle.
Yeah. Knuckle up. Yeah.
Knuckle up.
Yeah.
Damn it. How much did he get paid? Did he get paid?
I don't know.
Or did he like sign a waiver? That's
I'd
like,
say
if I
there was
lose a
some kind of
knuckle,
agreement that, like, yeah, we're going to pay you this sum, but you can't work here anymore.
That knuckle's worth 10 G's. That's it.
Is it? Is that
I
what
don't
it
know.
is? I thought you were
I'm
speaking.
I'm guessing. You know, not
based on-
Yeah, I'm not speaking legitimately here. I'm just I'm rounding. You know, I think 10 G's for like that top little knuckle. If you lost 2, you're getting 20. You lose a whole finger, 30 G's.
But think though, man, that is a fucking.
Bro,
that is
if
a
you think one
finger.
finger is 30 G's, you're sitting on a rack with one hand, dog. Like you're doing all right.
If you could lose a finger, which one?
Ring finger on my left hand. No, probably
pinky.
one of these middles.
Really?
Yeah, one of these middles
to
because
keep
I don't
the
think,
width of the grip.
Yeah, I don't think that I would need it as much as I would need like these outer.
I would
fingers.
probably, honestly, and like all jokes aside,
I feel like if I had these
probably
three, I'd be
ring
good.
finger. But like now that
Yeah.
you put that under perspective, because I was thinking pinky, but you know what? You're right. You need that.
Yeah, I feel like the ring finger
width
is
of
the
grip
is the
It's
most
probably
useless.
the most. Well,
I could probably live life with this.
as far as like being able to do things with it, probably. But you know, it holds in pretty. I
Dude,
love
your
it,
dick
Chelsea.
is gonna feel so
love
much
this.
bigger.
Yeah.
Your dick is gonna feel
Yeah.
so much bigger.
Only
you got
got
all
four
that
fingers.
extra space.
Only got 4 fingers on it. Imagine if it was 5.
It'd be buried.
Big, large, and in charge.
You're going the opposite way.
But
with that.
even to this day, mine only takes 2. So,
I'm not gonna say
Antarctica,
Antarctica.
the coldest continent on the planet.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming to Chelada, boys. Thank you for.
That's it. That's all we know about Antarctica.
It's cold. Enjoy the episode.
No, Antarctica's pretty cool, man.
Yeah.
There's a lot of cool. You know what? I feel like if aliens were gonna live on this Earth, unbeknownst to us, it would be on Antarctica or deep in the ocean.
Isn't the biggest? I don't know if it's the biggest desert on the Earth.
Mm-mm.
Is the Sahara
It's
the
not
biggest?
the biggest desert on the Earth, but it's the driest.
Yes. I can't remember the time frame, but I'm gonna say it's been like 14 million years since there has been precipitation in this certain area in the Antarctica.
It hasn't rained there in 14
snow.
million years. That is.
And you know what's funny? It's still kind of covered in snow, but it's so cold there. It gets as low as negative 100 degrees Celsius.
That's insane. But they also have a pond
cold.
called the Duan
But it's
Huan
like
Pond.
soliditude of it or whatever.
Yeah, it's like
the solidity.
The solidity. It's
The
like
salt contents of it.
33.8% solidity, so it never freezes because it
Yeah.
has so much salt in it.
Even at negative 100 degrees.
It won't freeze. You could go swimming in that bitch.
Go for it.
Yeah,
Go for
You'll
it.
die shortly after.
You'll freeze upon contact.
yeah,
but
yeah. Because
you'll be the
there's
first
no-
person to ever swim it.
there's no like civilization other than just like some scientific bases that like they cycle people out of every 6 months. You
Yeah,
know what
so
I'm
it's
saying?
like it's basically
nobody stays the full year in
it's
Antarctica.
basically occupied by strictly scientists.
Scientists and researchers.
In
That's
in
it.
1959, they made the Antarctic Treaty to where everybody like we agreed that we never drill for minerals or composites or
And it's
anything
like one
that.
of the most like supply rich places in the world. Like
They talk about methane deposits or gas
yeah.
deposits deep down in there, and we've signed this treaty in 1959 that no one would try to colonize.
Right. Nobody, because it would be all out war
Yeah.
if we did.
Yeah,
If
and it's-
everybody would be fighting over Antarctica.
Is it the biggest continent?
It's the second biggest continent
Yeah,
in the
Asia's
world.
the
Asia's the biggest continent
Yeah.
in the world. Which is crazy to think because, like, when you think about Asia, dude, you're talking, like, all the way into India, all the way out to Japan.
It's huge.
Is fucking Asia.
Think about China in
There's
itself.
so many different types of Asians.
Is
bro.
Russia a part of Asia?
It's right up next to it. I
But
think
is it a
technically
part?
it's part of Europe.
Really?
I'm not 100%, but I'm.
Let's look this up.
Yeah, let's find out. Maybe Russia's its own thing. Russia's its own continent. It is now.
Yeah.
It is now. You guys are a lonely island. Bro, I saw a video on TikTok where
It's part of both Asia and Europe.
a Ukrainian soldier. Okay, so it's both.
Yeah.
Okay, it's
We're
right there
both
in the
right.
middle. Yeah. Okay, I like that.
Hey.
Hey, some knowledge here for you.
It's a win-win situation, isn't it?
But I saw some shit on TikTok. Listen, I got a phone like a month ago. It's the first phone I've had in like 2 years,
My
3
mans.
years. Yeah, 3 years probably. I am balls deep in TikTok.
I told him.
Yeah.
When I first downloaded, and if any of you guys have TikTok, you were the fucking same way.
I have
When I
fallen
first
down the wormhole.
when I first downloaded TikTok, I was on that bitch. I was on it like nonstop. It would keep me up at night fucking with TikTok.
It makes
Now
me
it's kind
wonder,
of
like,
tapered down a little bit, but you'll get there. But right now, Posh is new on the phone, so TikTok is hot and heavy.
I've been sending TikToks every day.
Yeah, whenever I get on my TikTok, I always have messages from like a few buddies, and there's like, this guy sent you 3, this guy sent you 4, this guy sent you 2, this guy sent you 1,
Not
and
Posh.
1 and 1. Posh sent you 9.
Posh since you're 14.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they're all funny, dude. That
I
fucking
would.
hot
the
dog
hot dog
shit.
was funny. Yeah, that was. There's one on there where this dude eats a hot dog in one bite, and this guy behind him was like, "God Almighty!" Like it was just like the most.
This is going to be the
pure
most ghetto
moment.
shit you've ever seen in your life, but.
Oh,
I'm
you
gonna
better
do
hold it up to
I'm
the
gonna
camera.
do it. Yeah, I wonder if it would be like good enough to where you.
You could probably see it. Yeah, you can see that.
This motherfucker ate the whole hot dog.
In one bite.
I mean, the whole Watch it. Gone. Gone. He said, God almighty. Looks like Roy Boy Collins. If you want to look that up on TikTok, Roy Boy Collins.
Pretty funny.
Jesus Christ.
That
When
was
Posh
funny.
first sent me that, oh, God.
Yeah, that would kill me. I probably
Put something up to the camera, so now I got to adjust the fucking video quality.
yeah, dude, I probably watched that like 10 times before I sent it to you.
It was...
Crack me up. Crack me up. It was funny.
Nobody's supposed to be.
We should probably get back to Antarctica.
Yeah.
What was it about the penguins you were telling me last week? What the fuck is going on with penguins?
So whenever they first started to, like, study Antarctica, when they got there, they found that the penguins and, like, all these other cold...
It's kind of rich in wildlife,
cold,
right? Like,
cold
like
climate.
wildlife.
Right.
There's no bears in Antarctica.
Right. There's
That's-
seals and...
Yeah. So
penguins.
seals, penguins, shit like that. But there's no bears, and that's actually how it got its name, Antarctica.
Yeah, it's the opposite
It's like
of
the
the North
opposite of the
the
North
Arctic.
Pole of the Arctic, which is full of bears.
Yeah.
Bro, I fucking love you for coaching me through that because, like, literally, you were saying the words I was thinking right before I said them, so it was just like it was like an echo, but it worked.
Trying to help you out, bro.
Yeah, I do appreciate the
People helping people.
my brain. Yeah, that's what we want. That's what we want.
People helping people.
But yeah,
So
there's
the
no
penguins.
bears.
The penguins.
Yeah, what do they do?
So when they first started studying them, they found that the penguins were not only bisexual,
Okay.
but they had an obsession with necrophilia.
Gross.
And they would fuck penguin corpses left and right.
Oh,
They were loving it.
my son's a freak.
What's in this drink? I feel sexy as fuck.
So they just be fucking dead shit.
Yeah. If it's not
Okay.
like decomposed too bad,
If it's still got a hole, they'll get in it.
because you know they're clapping cold cheeks all the time anyway.
Yeah, and then what do they know?
Because it's
Feels the
fucking
same.
negative 100 degrees there.
That's so crazy.
So they're just like, let me slide in. She consents.
The Jeffrey
Or he
Dahmers of the
consents.
bird world.
Yeah.
Jesus.
They're all Jeffrey Dahmers.
Yeah, every single one
All
of
of
them. That's weird. I think that does
And
that
then-
spawn
and then they-
out of
and then
like
they'll-
boredom?
And then they'll eat the fish out of the guts of the body they just fucked. That was an addition. I lied. That's not true. But damn,
dude,
how
I was
gnarly.
like, they season it before they eat it.
How
like,
gnarly.
There's tenderizing it.
They eat that thing and then they eat them things. You know what I'm
Ooh,
saying?
They get up in there.
Ew.
That's pretty gross.
Um,
That's an interesting fact, though. Penguins practice necrophilia.
yeah. I think they still do.
Somebody called Jesus.
Lord,
get these
with you.
penguins
I don't
outta
know-
here.
I don't know how close you are, but you ain't close enough. Come on through.
Yeah, if something ever needed to go extinct, it was fucking penguins.
Gosh, if it's like the end of the world, and like it's just me and you, and I die freshly, and you ain't had none in a minute,
Oh,
bro.
I'm eating, bro. I'm
Clap.
eating good. I'm clapping. Same with me. You're
Clap,
not gonna
bro.
get as
Just get you
much.
some.
You're not gonna get as
No,
much.
no. I'm not talking about eating. I'm talking about get these cheeks.
Oh,
If I just die, you know,
well,
it's
maybe
fresh.
first. Maybe first.
Yeah, you
maybe
do that
at
first.
Yeah. Bust that nut, then they get something to eat.
Well, no, get you a couple days of it at least, and then like once my body starts to swell up.
No, I
like,
can't eat you then.
True.
I gotta clap and eat.
True,
Gotta-
true.
gotta
Gotta
clap
be
and
fresh,
run, baby.
Gotta
Yeah.
be fresh.
Gotta be
I hear that
fresh.
human flesh is pork.
Similar to pork, yeah.
That's what I hear.
That's
I
what
don't
heard
know.
too. Yeah, me neither. I've never tried human.
I haven't either. Would you?
No. Oh, I mean, if you were
Like
hungry
if you
enough.
were no. Let me ask you something. Okay, so I'm trying to like create this scenario that is the most acceptable that it could be, but I don't know if there is such a thing.
Can't accept eating humans.
So,
It's pretty hard to do.
all right, well let me hit you with this.
Okay.
You are in an African tribe.
Right.
You were dropped off. You don't know where you're at, and you were
This is my first day.
drawn up by this tribe, and they're
Okay.
like, somehow you want. Well, let's just say that you come up and they're butchering a human body,
Oof.
and they're cutting it up into like they're quartering it out,
I'm gonna be a little squeamish.
and they cook it, and they're like eat, and then you say no, and they start to get
Like
hostile.
buck wild. Like everybody's staring at me.
Hostile.
All right, I'm gonna take a nibble.
Yeah, can I get a thigh?
Yeah. Y'all got some veggies?
Give me a thigh and let me see some breasts, and
Yeah.
I'll be all right.
I'll eat live ass.
Yeah.
Bring one of them fat booty bitches over
Yeah,
here.
Damn, bitch, them nipples huge. She got them below holy shits.
Yeah. The belogness.
Like, damn.
Yeah. Belog God. That's a big one.
But
yeah.
off of Africa.
I would think that like
think I
if
would do
shit
it.
got dire enough, yeah, I would stoop to that level because you don't know how hungry.
I don't think
you
I
can
could
get
kill
yet.
someone to do it though.
No,
Even
I'd
in
have
the
to-
extremities, I don't think I could just like
I'd have
take
to run
someone's
up on
life.
somebody.
But it's hard to say because I'm not
I always like.
You don't know your way of thinking when you're on day 29 without a bite to eat and you see someone walking alone on the side of the road and this first person you've seen in a month.
Right. You'd be hungry. You'd be thinking about that ass meat.
You would.
You'd be like, oh my God, that looks tender.
Here's what I think I would do, and this would be a strategic approach. If they looked stronger in stature than me, then I would probably approach them and try to develop a team.
Right.
And let's get together, see what we can find. Let's go hunt, do whatever we got to do. Mm-hmm. If they're smaller than me, I would probably present them with the same approach. But on day 2, if we ain't found nothing, I'm
really gonna eat the smaller guy. I'm gonna eat the bigger guy because he's an external threat.
Yeah.
Right. He's bigger than me. He's stronger than me. Mm-hmm. I should kill this guy first because now I don't have to worry about him overthrowing me.
Yeah.
And then secondly, I'm gonna chow down.
Yeah, you'll have more to eat. But
how
much more can you eat? Okay, you have nowhere to put the food, no storage.
I'm gonna smoke it. I'm gonna jerk that human. I'm gonna have human beef jerky.
Yeah, you can
just
jerk
constantly.
I got something
I'll
you can
jerk
jerk.
him off. I gotta go potty. I'll be right back. Can you keep him entertained?
Okay,
I gotta pee so bad, dude.
But I think the reason that I would do that is because the bigger guy would be pose more would be harder to take down. But if you get like a smaller guy or something like that, you could probably take him down a little easier. Wouldn't exert as much energy. And who knows, maybe you tell that little guy that you guys are going to team up and you do find something and it doesn't resort to that. So maybe hopefully that would be that. But we've kind of like derailed our topic from talking about Antarctica to being in African tribes and then the end of the world circumstances where we're eating humans. So when Posh gets back, we're probably going to like roll back into the cold land. So I'm going to treat you guys like children real quick. How's your day been? No, I'm not going to do that. Something new with me. Got a new truck. The car lot was awfully proud of it because them payments is a some bitch. What is your opinion on the Will Smith situation? My opinion, I have more respect now for Chris Rock than I ever did, and I have less respect now. Well, this is something that's just like always changing. The more information that comes in on the topic, it's like I always have a new opinion about it. Like at first, when it first happened, I was like, man, I have way more respect for Chris Rock now, and I'm not a big fan of Will Smith anymore because he did that to little bitty. All right, first of all, Chris Rock is a comedian. He is a comedian. He is there to tell jokes. And like Shannon Sharp said on Undisputed, if you can't take a joke, don't come to the comedy show.
That's it.
Okay, that being said, Chris Rock is 5'10", 160 pounds on his best day.
Yeah.
Will Smith is probably
6'2". He's actually 6'2".
Yeah,
he's
6'2".
210.
I'm going to say 210. Yes, I was going to say 210. No less than 200. So he's got 50 to 60 pounds on Chris Rock. You go up and smack him.
Stands over him by 4 inches.
In the middle of the fucking Oscars.
What's going on, dude?
But my first thought was I have more respect for Chris Rock because he said he doesn't want to press charges. He don't want to do anything. That's fine. Whatever. It's over. I just want to leave. And he did. He just left. And then Will Smith stayed, laughed. First of all, he was laughing at the joke before he smacked him.
He saw
Jada all tore up about it, and he was like, "Don't talk about my fucking butt." Will, you look like more of a bitch now.
You're a simp.
If you had sat there and not smacked him, you would have looked less like a bitch to me personally.
Bro, you're going to have countless memes for the next 2 months of everybody just trashing your wife.
And
now.
you know what? You know what the last meme of you was? You crying at the red table talk while your wife talked about the entanglement she had.
And now you've been banned from the Oscars for 10 years. For smacking a dude that was a mild joke about a wife that doesn't give a fuck about you, dog.
Mild joke, and also probably a joke written for him. He was reading that off a teleprompter.
Yeah, it was so, dude, we've been making G.I. Jane jokes since G.I. Jane came out.
He said it's a G.I. Jane joke, dude. Yeah. I felt that when he said it's a G.I. Jane joke, dude. Will Smith went way too far with that shit.
Bro.
That he got banned for 10 years from the thing. And then a video has just surfaced of Jada trying to take a video of him to promote her Red Table Talk show on Facebook Watch. It was like, this woman has helped us so much with our relationship, hasn't she? What has she done for you, Will? And like turns the camera on him like spontaneously. And he's like, first of all, you can't just like put the camera on me like this. Like you can't just like spring this up and like throw this camera on me.
I need an action.
He's like, my social media platform is my bread and butter. Mm-hmm. You can't just do this. And she's like, yeah, see, just make sure you watch the Red Table Talk. Can't you tell she's done so much for you? You could tell he just didn't want to do it. Will Smith, you need to leave Jada Pinkett.
Well, this is
Just
a great
call her
time to
Jada
talk
Pinkett.
about like female toxicity. It totally exists. Manipulation. It totally exists. Okay, Willow, their daughter, has wrote a letter to Tupac, who was dead before she was ever born. Wrote a letter to Tupac saying, I know you're still alive. I wish you would come back so me and my mom could be happy
again.
Could be happy again. What is being said in that household that this child knows this?
Apparently, they had some kind of agreement that they were in an open relationship.
Well, she's
And I feel
openly
I feel
talked about how
I feel like
bland-
Jada has coerced Will into. I think Will just loves her so much that he can't let go, and he's willing to do whatever she wants.
He's a simp, dude. He's simping hard. He's super simp for her. He's always been in love with her. He's always lived in the shadow of Tupac. And then on top of this,
I wouldn't say he's always to her, maybe.
Yeah, to her, to the person that matters the most. To Will, he's always lived in the shadow of Tupac. Yeah. With that being said, though, he's a man that is trying to prove how much he loves to a woman that doesn't love him the same way back.
Exactly.
The same way back.
And she's using him for his fame because Will Smith is. There are actors, and then there are Will Smith caliber actors.
That's A-level, top of the list, A-level list.
We're talking Will Smith,
has been
Denzel,
in the pursuit of
Keanu
slappiness.
Reeves, The Rock.
I mean, happiness. What else, man? iRobot was a
7
fucking
Pounds,
banger.
Ali.
Yeah, Ali.
I Am Legend.
Yep. All great movies. All great movies. This guy, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air was one of my favorite shows of all time.
That's like his start, bro. This is like where it happens. And he just flushed that all down the drain for a girl that doesn't give a fuck about him, bro. And there are chicks on this planet right now that would suck the Famunda cheese off of his nuts.
I would.
Without thinking twice about it. And he's stressing over a girl who doesn't give a fuck. And I tell you right now, the best thing for you, Will, is to cut that bitch off.
I know you got kids with her.
Cut her off, bro.
Cut it off.
You got that $200 million net worth. You're fucking in every kick-ass fucking movie since 2003 to now.
Just about is a banger. Just about every movie you're in is a banger.
You know what? Everybody talks about Ali, but I don't like that movie.
You didn't like Ali?
It was okay. I like the part where he was like, "Put your hands up, I'm gonna hit you so fast," and then he's like, "Did you feel that?" You know what I'm saying? Like, acting like I already hit him.
Well,
I like that part.
I think I like that movie so much because I watched it when it first came out and I was younger, and it's kind of like a nostalgic movie to me now.
Right.
But it's not a bad movie.
No, it's a good movie. He's got a lot of great movies. It's not
one of his best, but it's a good movie.
My perspective of Will Smith changed so much in one day. It was insane.
Me too. I was a fanatic.
I was like a bad boy for life. I was like, bro, Will Smith will always be a legend.
And he's got bangers too.
And the fact that he went up and smacked somebody for doing a mild comedy joke when that person is a known comedian. He's a known comedian. A known, like, a
one of the most
comedic
known.
joke. Like, that has been going around since we were in 3rd grade. G.I. Jane joke. You see a bald bitch, you always think of G.I. Jane first. Always.
Yeah.
I don't care who you are.
Right.
Even if you've never seen the movie, you're still like, oh, you're the G.I. Jane.
Yeah.
So the fact that he slapped him over that and wouldn't smack what's his nuts for fucking his wife, or July, whatever his name is.
Dude, somebody said, what if Chris Rock was like, if you think he's this mad in March, wait till August.
Exactly.
I would have been like, I would have not. Okay, if he smacked me, I would have probably been physically confrontational with him.
I would have punched you.
Yeah.
I would have punched you in the mouth.
But if not, if you smack me, walk back, and like you're sitting down before I kind of like have time to scramble my mind, I am firing the jokes hard. Like, you thought that was bad?
Yeah.
You thought
Yeah.
that was bad?
Yo, my favorite one.
You wait till I hit him with the Mrs. Clean jokes and shit like that, you know.
My favorite one so far was the only way to calm Will Smith down was to give him as a tiny statue of Jada.
Oh, yeah, and it was the Oscar.
It's the
Yeah, yeah.
Oscar.
I think I shared that on Facebook, yeah.
Hysterical.
We've gotten a little off of it. We've
Yes,
gotten way off the topic.
we
But,
have.
but okay, so we're going to talk about Antarctica. So the first person born in Antarctica was actually
a
Chilean woman's
right. Wait a second.
son who went to Antarctica because Chile was, there was like this little global race, kind of like, America and Russia was, and Japan or China was
Try to
with
get
the moon.
Yeah.
There was this race to be the first to have a civilian born on the continent, and Chile won. They sent a woman down there, and they had a
She was
Chilean-
pregnant. She was like 9 months pregnant. They sent her down there just to have the baby in Antarctica.
So, Antarctican. I guess he's Antarctican.
And of the 11 people in modern history that have been documented to be born on Antarctica, none of them have died. In like the most like harsh climate on the planet, none of the newborns have died,
As
which
newborns, yeah,
gives
none of them
that
died,
continent the lowest infant mortality rate
Of
in the world
0%.
at 0%.
Yeah.
Isn't that fucking crazy?
And also, there was the first child conceived
Yep, by Chile.
was Chilean.
Yep, they sent to honeymooners or any honeymooners they would.
Yeah, that's what
send
they do.
to
They would like
Antarctica.
newlyweds. They would
Yep.
send them to Antarctica to
So
like
they could conceive
go
their
fuck
first child.
and have that baby.
That's the essence
It was
of
dedication.
it. That is the essence of it. So they can go fuck. I get cheeks deep.
So the first ones recorded to land on Antarctica weren't they Hungarian?
I have no idea. That's a question. I didn't watch that video.
I think they were Hungarian or from Uruguay. Oh, I can't remember. But the first ones that landed there was like 1865 or something like
Right.
that. And they were in a race with the United Kingdom to reach it. And they got there before the UK. And
It's probably because they're closer too, though.
yeah, and the UK got there. They did get there late, and they on their way back, they all died.
Damn it.
Double whammy. Y'all were second, and you all died. Thank you, sir.
No problem. You know what's crazy about Antarctica? We've
Lot of
already
things.
talked about the desert. The fact that Antarctica has a desert blows my mind.
Well, there's a big popular misconception is the desert's just a hot spot full of sand. It's not true. A desert is defined by the amount of rain that it gets or precipitation. So,
Which that's like the
and
desert
their
of
desert
deserts.
is 3,000 square miles.
You know, they think the first
Huge.
pyramid ever built in the world was in Antarctica.
Yeah, it
The
used to be
very
tropical.
first pyramid. Yeah, it. What was it?
For over 100 million years.
Antarctica was
It was
tropical.
a tropical land. There was like beavers and there were mammals, that lived
Muskrats,
there.
all
Yeah.
kinds of shit. Just furry little mammals running around. And then some sort of polar switch happened.
And the and
Tectonic plates
Antarctica
moved up.
has its own tectonic plate. Greedy
It's
bastard.
the perfect place for aliens. I'll tell you right now, because humans can't live there.
Yeah.
But if aliens have figured out to travel through space, which is constantly negative 200 degrees, they can live in a negative 100 degree place, no problem.
Yeah.
So
A negative 100 degree place at its
exactly,
peak.
yeah. That 100
So-
at its peak. It could be negative 115. The motherfuckers out there wearing shorts.
Yeah, they
you know
out
what I'm
there
saying?
balling,
they're-
like, hell yeah, we on
this
the
ain't
beach.
Shit. Yeah, I used to roll with the windows down in space. Like we
And
don't
then,
care.
what is it, 91 volcanoes?
91 volcanoes.
On Antarctica.
All of them are overdue for an explosion. All of them are overdue for
But
some
they're
sort
so
of volcanic
compact
eruption.
under ice.
You can't even see them. You can't see the smoke. You can't see the lava.
Now,
you
there
can't
is
see
one.
all
There's
the
one, that
telltale
big
signs
giant
of
one.
a
Is it
volcano.
the Ferris Mountain or some shit like that? Mount Ferris?
You can
or
see
Mount
that one.
something.
But one of 91
Yeah.
that you can see,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
90 of them are under ice, one of them's going to blow the cap off
Another
that
thing
bitch.
about Antarctica is 70% of our fresh water comes from there, and 90% of the world's fresh water is still frozen in the glaciers.
If the largest glacier in Antarctica melted, it would raise the sea levels by 38 feet.
38 feet.
38 feet.
Imagine
if their
that.
smallest one melted, it would raise the sea level to 16 feet.
I thought it was 17, but
Yeah.
But yes, same shit.
Right around there.
Fucking, yeah.
Right around
17
there.
or 16 or 17 feet.
Gauging on the waves
Yeah.
that day.
Just think about that, though. Like, how much... Think about 38 feet, how high 38 feet is.
You can't swim to the bottom of 38 feet without your head popping.
That's almost 13 yards.
You're going to be under immense pressure. Going 12 feet deep, I have to pop my ears.
Yeah. It's
So,
almost 13 yards.
two
so
more of
imagine
those.
being on the beach in Florida or California or wherever the fuck you're at, and the water rising 13 yards.
Bro, we going to get pitted. Whoever's surfing's about to hit that wave.
Kentucky's going to be beachfront.
Yeah, it will be.
Let's go.
It will.
Antarctica.
We'll have a beach on the eastern seaboard of Kentucky.
We'll have ocean and knobs.
That would be crazy, bro.
That would
I'm
be
going
nuts.
surfing. I'm from Kentucky.
Or go to the top of like over here we got the Ridge Trail. The top of the ridge, and you just look over the fucking ocean. Excuse me.
That'd
It'd
be
be
nuts.
nuts.
That'd be nuts, bro.
Antarctica is just a fun topic to talk about. There's a lot of things that you could speculate about it. Like you talk about the Atlantis could be under it.
Yes. Okay. So there's a whole fucking thing right there. Hold on. Let me get this bald ass head out.
We should name them all.
We should name the mole.
Yeah. What do you
Larry.
want? Larry?
His name is Larry because he's kind of hairy.
Hey.
Let's go.
Well, I won't name him Harry.
Can you see him? There he is.
Yeah.
Bloop. Bloop.
Can we see him?
Can't not see him. That guy is there, large and in charge.
I'm gonna go pee.
No, but Antarctica is a very interesting topic just because we haven't explored it all. We can't explore it all. It's too cold. Humans can't survive in that condition, which makes it prime for aliens, which makes it prime for unsolved mysteries. People go, oh, well, Atlantis could be under that, which it can be because when it was tropical, people could have lived there, sailed there, done whatever they did. Human history is a fragile fucking thing. So you can sit here and say, oh, yeah, well, we can record history back 20,000 years. There might be another 100,000 years that you can't get to. People might have lived in Antarctica. People might have created an entire civilization there. Like I said, it has one of the world's oldest pyramids, and they're finding these pyramids more and more every day around the earth. They're finding pyramids, and what pyramids do is they're a beacon of energy. Oh my God.
Fat mother.
You can't bring that kind of sex appeal to the show. It's just
This is not
right.
Pornhub.
Slow down. But pyramids naturally conduct energy, and it's apparently an electromagnetic field that helps extraterrestrials
Travel.
navigate
Yeah.
the planet.
Yeah.
These pyramids are like highway signs.
So what about That's true. It's a good way to put it.
They're like highway signs. They just let
So
people
what about
know,
the
hey, you keep going
Antarctica
this way, you're going to
potentially buried at the base of it.
Okay, so Atlantis.
Atlantis.
Atlantis
Antarctica.
being buried.
buried in Antarctica.
So they say Atlantis is a city on water, right? Which there are some islands around Antarctica. Not a lot, but there could have been one island, especially when it was tropical, where
Right.
people had created a civilization there. Now, when the polar switch, so when the switch happens, tectonic plates start moving, and as we said before, Antarctica has its own tectonic plates, which could swallow a smaller tectonic plate, Atlantis, under it.
Man.
Like this, okay?
just
so
completely
now
erode
completely gone. You can't see it until we get
That's
thermal
why we can't
technology
find.
and shit
That's
like
why
that.
we can't find Atlantis because it has grinded the entire
50
city
miles under ice.
to rubble.
Yeah.
There's nothing standing.
You'll be able to
anymore.
see the foundation though, because
You
that's like
think?
how they tracked Rome and all that shit was like old foundation roads and stuff, and they can like track the city together. So if you had a good foundation in Atlantis, like if it was as great of a city as we
City of
explain it to
gold,
be,
right?
yeah, a city of gold or the city of technology that was beyond anything else in the world at that time, then you would be able to see evidence of that. We just cannot get down deep enough into this ice to find it yet.
Maybe the
We're not-
civilization that we're living in now is the premonition of Atlantis, and we're just waiting for our demise.
You know, the grandfather of nuclear, nuclear weapons and stuff like that said, "We have done this before." That was like his quote on nuclear energy and nuclear bombs. He's like, "We have done this before."
And who knows? Was there 200,000 years of human life that is undocumented?
Undocumented. That's what I was just saying. Like, there's so much. Like, we go back like 7,000, 10,000 years. And
So
that's
our
as
history,
far back.
our history is this long.
and
That's
we've got this much
not even that. I mean, it probably like that
right there. We got this much. We got like 5% of our history.
I don't think so. I think
down.
it's less than 5.
Wow.
I think it's like 1%.
My man has no faith.
I think honestly it's like 1%.
And it honestly really could be because like they're finding new shit every day. They just found out that there's
skeletal
200,000
years old that we don't have documented.
We
They just found that out.
predated like 100,000 years, like
So
a couple weeks ago.
What if we use that as a basis? What discovery are we going to find out in 50 years? And we're like, oh no, it's been 5 million years that we have
humans have been here for a while. And here, hold on, I'm about to go way off topic.
Let's go.
But okay, so we all have heard the reptilians exist, and they're like the superior beings that run this planet.
Yeah.
But something that's crazy about that is reptiles were the first living things on Earth, like walking around, moving, besides like microorganisms and like little things like that. It was like the first complete organism walking around was a reptile. So who's to say that they didn't do the same thing that we think happened, which is a bunch of monkeys ate mushrooms and grew consciousness and became what we are now. We're just trying to fucking figure it out.
And the same thing happened with reptiles.
But millions and millions a year before, and they've had plenty of time to catch up.
They had a big jump start.
So much so that they were so advanced that when monkeys started becoming conscious, they were able to go in hiding and dictate the world.
And you know the thing about reptiles is they never stop growing.
And they can
And
change their skin.
They grow based off of the sun that they get. And if you think about all the reptiles right now are basically dinosaurs. Mm-hmm. If you think about dinosaurs hundreds of millions of years ago.
Think about an alligator or a shark. Hasn't had to evolve in millions
or snakes,
of years.
You know, they're
long before humans were here.
They can get huge.
As far as we know.
There's not the human contribution of destroying the earth and killing them and all this other stuff so they can just grow and live as long as they want. Think about how big a fucking alligator could probably get.
Huge. If it doesn't have any limits, if that motherfucker can swim unlimited and have as much room as it needed to grow,
and
it's
never
like a
have
goldfish.
to worry about like.
If you put a goldfish in a bowl, it'll only grow to the size to fit that bowl. But if you put a goldfish in a lake,
a pond or something,
or a pond,
it's going to be
it'd be a 28-pound fucking goldfish.
Yeah.
In no time.
Good
It's
eating.
actually happened.
Can you eat goldfish? I'm sure you can.
I mean, once it got big enough, why can't you? It's made of meat.
True.
You know what I'm saying? It might not taste the
We have a
best, but you
goldfish
could
fry.
eat it.
I was thinking about fried fish earlier today. You know my bad ass thing about fried air.
Dude, nothing better than a fried catfish.
Fried catfish with some fries and some puppies.
Fuck around. Come on down to the south. Get you some real food.
You can fuck around and find out.
But, yeah, man, it's easy to say that reptiles evolved before mammals.
Well, they had more time.
They had more time.
They had a better
exactly. They had
opportunity.
way more time, and all it takes is one fungi that's going to make you
fun
meet,
guy.
make you meet, make you meet God, or open your mind.
Or whatever your deity might be.
The best way that I ever heard like shrooms and the effect on it on your mind is like, okay, so your mind is a hill covered in snow. Okay,
I
And the
know
more-
exactly what you're
And the
talking
more you think a
Sled down
certain
it.
way, you sled down and you like start to
these
begin
grooves.
these grooves and these trails. What shrooms or hallucinogenics do is they bring fresh snow down on your mind and cover those tracks and allow you to think in a new way. And I think that that's what happened for us to gain consciousness was we had to eat a certain thing. We went and we met the aliens. Saying we eat enough shrooms that we're like, holy fuck, your eyeballs are swelled up to like this.
I'm not a psychedelic connoisseur.
I want to be.
And I am not someone who does psychedelics.
I want
really.
to be.
I'm
I
really
really do.
not. But one day, I'm not going to say when, but one day I'm going to do the most extreme psychedelic there is, and I'm going to once blast the fuck off. I'm scared to do it, and I'm not even going to front.
It's
but
a
I'm
way
just
to
gonna,
do it,
I'm just
though.
going to make myself do it.
It's gonna
for
be
the experience.
Camp Shitface this year. We're going to meet the gods.
Yeah, we're going to see the alien gods.
Yeah.
We're gonna get
I
us-
actually thought about it after this week I had, dude. I would have done it like this Saturday.
Yeah.
I would have smoked DMT.
I'm set.
Leave right
I'm set
now.
in my mind that in the fact that I am scared to do it.
Yeah, 100%.
But I'm going to make myself do it.
Yeah.
I'm just going to do it.
It's an experience you need to have. I feel like as a human, if you don't experience that, you're fucked up. You're
There's comfort.
Fucked up.
There's comfort in the knowledge of knowing that it's not going to kill me.
Yeah.
It's not.
Your brain has the ability.
At one point during the experience, I'm going to think that I'm dead.
Yeah. I think hit 2. Hit 2, you're going to be like, I'm dying.
They say it's 3.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's 3 hits to get there, but I think by hit 2, you're going to be like, I'm fucking dying.
I don't think that you'll be. I'm not saying that you won't be like hallucinating by then.
Yeah.
But I don't think that it will like. Yeah. Me and Posh talk about this all the time. Like, I grew up in a Hispanic household,
dominantly
so I know
Mexican.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know pretty good amount of Spanish, and
he does
inadvertently.
Yeah. He does. He can order his whole shit from Guadalajara, no problem in Spanish.
I inadvertently
no problem
incorporate.
I'm like, hola. Gracias. Gracias, bro. Appreciate that.
I'm over here like, yo quiero un media de un especial y un grande cerveza. Yo soy gordo. Quiero mucho comida. Comida, por favor.
None of that.
You know, shit like that.
Got
anyway,
none of that.
Anyway,
I filled Spanish.
I
with
incorporate the Hispanic tongue into my English sometimes, so I'll roll my R's or my D's or
his D's. He rolls the D's and the B's a lot. Yeah. The D's and the B's get it.
Or this or like it's shit like that.
But
anyway, what I'm saying
my
is,
name
I don't. But I don't think by hit 2 you're gonna be tripping, first of all. But I think you will have enough consciousness in you that you can still get that 3rd hit. And I think that after you do that and you lay back, I don't think it'll be very long before you think you've died.
Yeah. Well, everybody I've ever I don't know anybody personally.
If you think you've died, how will you take the 3rd hit? How?
Why not? Because I'm already fucking dead.
How? If you think you're dead and you know that there's still this construct of this, you're supposed to smoke this. How? I just don't see how it would be possible.
At that point, you just have to be like, well, I'm already here. I'm either going to die not all the way high, or I might as well just get all the way high and die.
Well, let me go ahead and tell you this, and I'll do you the same justice. Whenever it's my turn, which I'm going to go first, I said I would.
Yep.
Whenever it's my turn, after I get that 2nd hit, if I kind of like lose it, I want you to put it up to my lips and be like, all right, you got to go one more time. I want you to like hold it to my lips so that I can.
Yeah.
And then after that 3rd hit, buddy, bye-bye.
We're going to see
Probably,
Space Jesus.
This is kind of like what I think my reaction will be to it. I think I'll hit it, and I think I will probably lay back in my seat and just close my eyes.
That's usually what happens. I feel like that's a pretty fair analysis. Is what
and probably sweat and breathe heavy.
Yeah, it'll be like you're knocked out. You'll just be like,
yeah. This is it.
Yeah. But then you'll come back 15 minutes later and just say, like, I lived 60 years in another dimension.
Hope not.
I lived till I was 59.
I'll never be the same. I'll never be the same.
Yeah.
If I come back and I feel like I've lived 60 years in that 15 minutes, I'll never be the same.
You'll be a 60-year-old in a 30-year-old's body.
That would be
it'll change your
contributional, but to my maturity and your consciousness.
Would it be
and
contributional, though? Because you got to think you were 60 years old in a whole nother dimension. You
but
come back here, some values might still carry over.
Your
some
maturity
things
comes
learn.
from experience.
That's true. That is true. But the experience you gain might not have nothing to do with the dimension you're in.
Well, maybe I'm matured in a different life.
That's it. You might die and go into the next life already with a leg up.
I think maturity is universal.
That's a fair analysis.
Yeah, I think fair. It's you've lived this life and you've kind of been there, done that, and you understand the consequences of how you act to people and the receptacleness of it.
Yeah,
it's just an experience.
I think that at the grand
maturity
scheme of things,
is your experience level.
Yeah, when you get down to the end of it, it's going to come down to one or two things: were you good or were you bad? Mm-hmm. And if you were better than you were worse, things are going to be better in your next life. If you were worse than you were better, things are going to be worse.
I can confidently say that I
must
believe
have been
I'm a good
shit case in my last life.
I can confidently say that I believe that I'm a good person.
Right.
I think I am. I do things.
You're a good person.
I do things.
Dylan takes care of people. It doesn't matter if he knows you really well.
Thanks, Posh.
It doesn't matter if he's known you his whole life. It doesn't matter if he met you yesterday. Dylan will take care of you.
Yes.
He will. He'll give you the shirt off his back. And that has always been bro, I'm not even like saying anything crazy like for you to get emotional.
I feel like you're being true.
But you are. I am.
But
Bro,
it is
I've
it
been
is an
staying
intentional
at his
it is an
house with a
intentional
newborn baby. He's got a newborn baby. He's what, like 8 months old now?
going on 7.
Going on 7. 7 months old. I've been over here for the last like 6 weekends chilling with this guy because, you know, I got some shit going on in my life.
That's
and
not nothing
Dylan
crazy.
recognizes it. And he's always like,
You
you're
got a
welcome
place to
here.
stay.
You've got a place to stay. You're always welcome here, which for me is so fucking refreshing.
Yeah.
It's so refreshing because like in a world that we live in right now and like the way that people treat each other, it's not common, dude.
Help
what
to
you got
eliminate-
is not common.
Help to eliminate a worry, at least.
Exactly. Yeah, you help to eliminate a worry. I get to come over here on Friday and I stay till Saturday. Granted, I'll help him with whatever projects
do
he
things.
needs. If he needs help putting siding on your house or a deck built or whatever we need,
Which all things that we've done.
Daddy Posh is here. I'm going.
And I appreciate
to,
that.
Yeah, I'm
I
going to
appreciate
be
you,
here.
Posh.
Yeah, well, I appreciate you letting me come over and stay.
Yes.
So like it, I feel like that the barter system, like what you and me are talking about right now, like okay, I'm gonna come over and stay and get like 3 days away from some bullshit that I'm used to, and in return, I will help you build your deck. I will help you move your trash, burn your wood,
Right.
do whatever you need
Yeah.
to do.
You've done all
And
those things.
I've done all of those things, and I would gladly do them all over again because what you have done for me, I appreciate. Dylan comes down here every night, brings me a fat ass sandwich. We watch The Office or Fear Factor, and we fucking live our best life. And the next
TikTok.
morning, Dylan's like, "Hey, we gotta get this deck done. I don't want to get it done. I don't want to do it either, but
Yeah.
we need to do it." And you know
Yeah.
what we do? We go out there and we bust our ass. We get that deck done within like 2 hours.
Get done, and then we pop cold ones.
And then we're popping cold ones and we're living our best life. And you know what? We got cuts on our hands. We're laughing. We're like, we had a good time. Even though it was work,
Was work.
it was still fun because it did it with my boy.
But I appreciate you saying all that shit.
Yeah.
I really do, man. But you
You couldn't get a better best friend. You couldn't get a better best friend. And I wish I could just
you, Poddy.
reciprocate the same to you. Because
No, you
right
do.
now, but what I mean,
you
like
do,
in
you
laughter,
you do in other ways.
in laughter and in like in like just
Companionship,
companionship
camaraderie.
stuff like that. Yeah, we're there for each other. But I just wish that like financially I could just be like,
That's not even.
Dylan, I'm taking you out.
That's
Like
not
we're,
even
we're
a-
going to eat. Like
Yeah.
come on, this is my treat.
This is just
just
this
wish
is
I
just
could
a
do that.
phase in
Yeah.
our lives that we're
Exactly.
in.
Yeah.
You know, you will be able to.
Because we did do that when
We
I
did,
was
yeah,
working.
yeah,
I was
yeah.
always bringing a 30-pack over to match, or if we're going out to eat, like let me buy this one,
Right.
You know, something like that. So
It's just a phase, and I know that.
Yeah.
I'm not. And I'm not like.
there's gonna be a day when I'm super rich, and I
Yeah.
am going to take care of you.
And I've never. And I hope that I've never made you feel like you've owed me anything for just trying to help you in any kind of situation.
And that's the biggest thing about a friend too, bro. Is like if they make you feel like you still owe them, like you're under their thumb.
I've
it's
never
not a real friend.
Something I know that I've
It's
never
not a
done
real
is
friend.
I've never brought up to you anything that I've ever done to
Yeah.
help you. I've never been like, well, you remember when I.
Dylan's a good friend for being a good friend. That's the only reason. Is this because he knows what being a good friend means?
I love you, Posh.
And he does that. I love you too,
I
bro.
love you.
I really
man.
do.
Genuinely
really
do. But what we were what we were talking about before we put Dylan on this pedestal is
Let's
that
quit sucking each other's dicks for a little bit.
well, at least until the cameras are off.
Okay.
I think I genuinely believe that I'm a good person, and
You are.
I know that I would help people. And what I like about myself, and I try to make myself do this, is I help people and don't brag about it.
Right.
I do it because I'm doing it because I know it's right, and I know I want to help somebody out, and I'm doing it for not the applause and the accolades or the praise or anything like that.
For
I'm doing
clout.
it because
You're not doing it
it's-
for clout. You're
I'm
doing it for you.
because I've done so many things that I don't tell people about, and that is the thing that I'm probably the most proud of, aside from my kids and my wife and my family.
Well, that's the difference between you and people that are doing it for clout. Like I
Right.
just said, like you don't need that recognition from every other fucking person that doesn't
Mm-hmm.
have anything to do with it and go, oh yeah, I got 140 likes on that.
Right.
Everybody fucking appreciates me because I'm feeding homeless people out here. You're doing it because you actually know it's the right thing to do.
Well, just to give you an example, and I hate to even say this, and I haven't even told you this, but today I was out doing some things. I had to get my hair cut, all these other stuff. Thank you. And I went by CVS because, it's hard to find baby formula anywhere. So I was trying to find one of the big totes of baby formula at CVS.
Right.
And I was also trying to find some dewormer for my dog.
Mm-hmm.
And
Got booty worms.
yeah, well, she's good now. I got her some medicine. But shit was $60.
Fucking hell.
Fuck. But anyway,
expensive.
as I was leaving CVS, I saw this woman. She was over 60. And you could tell that she was kind of like...
Was she hot?
No. You could tell that she was kind of like on the lower end of the income scale.
Oh, okay. So we're talking about welfare 60? Welfare 60?
Yeah.
Okay. No.
She was walking. It's cold. This was today.
It is cold outside
cold.
today. It's like 40
It
degrees.
was pouring rain.
Mm-hmm.
She had no umbrella. She had her purse. She was walking. She had flip-flops on.
Fuck.
And I just pulled over to the side of the road and I rolled my window down. I was like, ma'am, do you need a ride? And she was like, well, where are you going? I said, well, wherever you're going, I'll take you. And she's like, I'll take. She's like, I'm just going to Farmers Bank down the road here. And then she said,
Bitch, you
she
can
said,
walk that.
she
From
said
Walmart to Farmers Bank is
no,
like, I could hit.
CVS.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, I could hit Farmers Bank with a rock from Walmart.
No, it was the one downtown in Danville.
She needed to go deep.
Yeah.
Okay.
She said, she says, you're not going to kill me, are you? I said, well, I hadn't planned on it.
Don't say nothing
and
stupid.
Then I gave her a ride, and then she was like, you're so nice. People just don't do this anymore. She was like, you're a kind man. And I was like,
Makes you feel good.
It does make you feel
feel
good. That is the selfish part of it. And, like, it's kind of hard to make it seem like a selfish thing, but it is a selfish thing of it because I do it because I want to help people, but I also do it because it makes me feel good.
It's the most selfish thing you could do for yourself is to help somebody else. Because
you can't replicate the feeling that you get
it
from helping
does
someone.
make you feel like somebody else.
A good person.
It makes you feel like a really good fucking person. Like, you could do shit wrong all fucking day, and if you got off the bus and handed somebody $5 because they just looked like they were in a worse spot than you, I guarantee you it's going to lift your spirits by 100%.
Yeah.
100%, because, like, when you look at that person's face and you just did something for them out of nowhere,
The worst
out
part
of
of it,
pure
though,
kindness.
Yeah. The worst part of it, though, is how unused to it people are.
Yeah.
It's
They're
such
shocked.
a simple thing. I open my door and I give a woman a ride.
Yep.
I give her a ride a mile down the road, which
Plus,
would have
she's
taken.
ready to stunt that new truck. Hey,
True.
bitch, you like my shit?
She did tell me how nice the truck was.
Right.
But it's so uncommon for people to do it now, and it's so sad that that's the fact because you could tell. Like, she rolled the window. I rolled my window down, and I said, "Ma'am, do you need a ride?" And she was kind of like,
Talking to me?
"Are you me?"
Me?
And I was like, "Yes, ma'am. Do you need a ride? I'll give you a ride." She said, "Well, whichever way you going." And I told her I'd take her wherever she needed to go. And I would have. If she said, "I'm going to Garrett County," I would have took her to Garrett County.
You're a fucking boss,
And that's
dude.
facts.
You're a boss.
I would have.
My ass would have been like, she said Garrett County. I'm like, get the fuck out. What are you doing here? Like, why are you in Danville?
Which way you going? Garrett County. Ah, sorry, I ain't going that way.
I'm heading to Junction. See ya.
Yeah, we kind of got off topic. Like, well, not kind of, but we did. But it's a good talk. I enjoy
is a good
talking
talk.
with you, Posh.
I think that we should always, like, reiterate
Let it
that
become what it
people
becomes,
should
yeah.
people should
Be
be better
nice
to
to each
people.
other.
Should be better to
Yeah.
people. The world we live in right now is not catered to that. It is not catered to being good to fellow man. And if you're religious
It's
at
a
all,
super selfish civilization that we live in.
you know what's crazy to me about religion? And I don't want to get too much into this, but you know what's crazy to
Don't
me?
get me started.
Is how, like, Christian people will be like, yeah, the devil exists. Heaven exists.
The devil's
There are
bad.
active-
There's all these things.
Yeah, there are active forces constantly working. But the moment you bring up, like, some sort of conspiracy theory with, like, the devil involved and shit like that, they're like, no. No, that's not
he's
real.
off the deep
Fuck,
end.
that's fucking crazy. This guy's crazy. It's like, you really believe that, like, there are angels in heavens below our feet and above
Do
our
you know
head,
what
and you
angels
don't think
look
they're
like according
actively
to the
working?
Bible?
And on top of that, if you ever talked to God or the devil, who would you know which was which? How would you
Exactly.
know? How would you
Right,
know who
right.
you were talking to?
How do you
would-
know that you're not only
Your best
exclusively...
bet is to fucking shut up.
How do you not know that you're exclusively talking to the devil on earth? Because
Exactly.
apparently, according to the Bible, the devil rules the earth. This is his playing ground.
He's the only other person in the
So how do
Bible
you
that's
know that
compared to God. He's the only other person compared to
Well, he's the
God.
he's the adversary
yeah.
to God.
He's the antagonist.
Right. That's a whole nother topic, though. We're
It
getting
is.
way off. But, hey, we're going to wrap this one up. We've been trying to have short episodes, but me and Pasha just had a good conversation tonight, so we made it an hour.
Yeah.
Hope you learned a little bit about
Before we
Antarctica.
go,
Okay.
can I talk about the calendar?
I want you to talk. I'm glad you brought that up because I forgot.
The Gregorian calendar is a calendar that is used in Ethiopia, Africa, that has been a calendar since 400 BC.
And they never adopted the modern calendar.
They never adopted the modern calendar, which hit around the early 1500s, okay? 1540, something like that. That's when
And it became,
The new
I think it was in like
12-month calendar.
1904, I think it was when it was like universal.
yeah, everybody was using this one.
Yeah.
But before that, we used a 13-month calendar. There's 13 constellations in the star. In the stars. There's supposed to be 13 months. We're supposed to celebrate New Year's in the spring because that's when new life is born. That's
And the
when
spring's
rabbits
in
happen. That's when
September,
birds
according
come
to
back.
not our September, but
Their September.
right.
But either way, they apparently have a calendar that has been running since 400 BC. Who are you to argue with that? Nobody. Secondly, we created this calendar in the 1500s that we go by now, and we have lost 8 years to this new calendar. So Ethiopia, Africa, right now, today, is living in 2014, where we are living in 2022, which means 2 years ago, in 2012 in Ethiopian time,
Yeah.
or 2020 in our time, was the Mayan calendar's prediction for a change in the world, or the end of the world as we know it. Now, we get so
2020
caught up,
to us is
It's
2012 to
2012
them,
to them, yeah.
and COVID.
COVID. It changed the world. It changed the world. It got the whole world on the same page,
And
which is hard to do.
2012 in our time, we created we tested the hydrogen collider, which moves particles at the speed almost the
Of
speed
light.
of light.
So we might have opened
And a lot
another
of people
dimension.
think that we split our dimensions, and that's why we have the Mandela effect in a lot of places.
Yeah.
And if you haven't checked out the Mandela effect, I think it's episode 5. That's an early boy
Yeah,
for
it
the
was a-
Chelada
that was
boys.
that was a quick one.
Yeah.
We should probably recap that one.
Yeah,
'cause,
yeah, we need to
things-
hit on that again.
because that was a good one. But either way, they live in 2014. We live in 2022. We've lost 8 years to this fucking calendar that we have adopted in the
You said
1500s.
Ecuador?
No, Ethiopia.
Ethiopia. Sorry. It was
And
E.
basically, the Mayans were right on. They even predicted it down to the day, at the peak of COVID.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So they knew that. And when we say end of the world, do we mean everybody dies, or do we mean end of the world as we know it?
Yeah.
So I think that they meant
good
end of the
question.
world
It's a good
as
question.
we know it. And we're moving into a newer world. So if you feel off balanced, if you feel like things are fucking piling up on you and you don't know why, and things are just super fucking serious and hardcore, it's probably because of that.
Yeah.
It's probably because
It
you're
might
getting
be.
slammed with either being in a parallel universe, a fucked up calendar, or
And
the
you're
fact
super
that,
spiritually conflicted.
yeah. Yeah.
That's what it's.
It-
and I feel like a majority of people are there.
That's me, man. I don't want to put all my faith in something that I don't know for a fact.
And especially with all the information that is just compiling, you build more information, it's harder for you to tie yourself to one religion.
Exactly. It's easier to be open-minded right now.
It is.
I feel like, for me anyways, it's easier for me to be open-minded. And if you find solitude and faith in a certain story that has been told for the last 6,000 years, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing. If it works for
Or
you,
2,000 years.
If it works for you, keep using it.
Yes.
Keep working it.
The one thing that I like about
Doesn't work for me.
Me either. But one thing that I love about religion is the comfort that it gives people in death.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
It makes it an easier transition.
It does make things a lot easier for you to go, my family member's in a better place.
Right.
My
And
family member moved on to a
and for
better
you
place.
personally, if you're dying, if you 100% believe in your religion, then you're believing that, and you're not afraid of death, and I think that's a beautiful thing.
I think that's where your DMT trip will send you.
Yeah.
That's where it will
'Cause it
take you
does
because
flood
that's
your
what's most
brain
familiar. That's what's most familiar. I believe personally in the figure eight. So starting right here in the middle, swoop, come back down, swoop, come back down, swoop,
Just an
come back down.
endless eternity
Come-
of reincarnation.
Reincarnation, and it doesn't matter. You don't. It's not linear like we think it is. You can get sent back to any time. You
Think
could
about
be a
the-
peasant
think about
girl
the-
in 500 AD in Asia. You
Time
could
is a
be a
construct.
scholar in the Deutschland. You could be Hitler in Germany. You could be fucking anybody at any time
The
at
phrase,
all times.
the phrase, "the time is now."
You are consciousness.
The phrase "the time
That's
is now" is 100% because time is always and time is forever.
All of us are the exact same fucking person, and all of us will
Experiencing
live.
ourselves.
We're experiencing ourselves. Every time you run into somebody, you're experiencing you from a different perspective. This is your consciousness. This is your consciousness. Everything in Earth, what you're doing right now, watching this video, looking at me, pointing at you,
Hopefully
is your
subscribing.
consciousness of me talking to you in your consciousness. We are all conscious together. And eventually, when we die, we will see that it's just a big open fucking field of consciousness, and you can dive in anywhere you want.
And I love you, and I love me, and I love we.
I will always be here for you, baby.
And ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed the podcast. Posh and I went a little longer. I hope you enjoyed it. I feel like we had a good conversation.
I had a good one.
If you haven't already, whatever you're listening on, just like the video or the whatever and
Subscribe, hit that
subscribe, do your
bell.
thing. Tell your friends about us if you enjoyed it. If not, whatever, no pressure. We ain't nothing major, but we're just a couple guys that like to hang out, drink beers, and talk about some wild shit.
Talk that shit, baby.
But as per usual, this has been your boy Dylan.
This is Posh.
And if you ain't had a Chelada, go get you one. And if you don't like it, drink it to your right. We'll see y'all next week.
See ya.